Hi there. Today on Shift Happens, detach from your old story and your SP will chase you. I am your host, Vicki Lenfer, and this is the Shift Happens channel, where we inspire growth and achieve greatness. If you're new to this channel and you want to awaken your power and create your future, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to work together, go ahead and email me at shifthappensLifeCoaching@gmail.com. All the information is below in the description box. Well, welcome back to the Shift Happens channel. We're going to learn how to detach from your old story and your SP will definitely chase you. So here we go. We have a desire. We ask for it. We may even visualize being in the end and really feel it, but we still have no movement. So what's happening? I've been working with a client and she and her fiance broke the engagement off. She's really been struggling with the breakup. She hasn't heard from him. She still loves him and desires to work things out and get back together. Well, we're going to learn what she did to relieve her anxiety and relax into manifesting her desire. And you want to stay to the end because I'm going to give you a really cool strategy she used to detach from her limiting beliefs. It's a simple but such a powerful technique. Okay, so let's get into this. The world is a mirror forever reflecting what you're doing within yourself. That is from Neville Goddard himself. We know this, right? What you believe to be true about yourself and the outside circumstances is reflected in the 3D world. My client knew this as well. She did, and that's what made it even more frustrating. She knew that her SP was only reflecting what and how she was feeling about herself. So as we continued to dig a little deeper, she came to a realization that there was a little more to the story than her desire to get him back. She visualized and felt good, but then she went right back to the old story. So we began to investigate the old story a little bit. We went there, but I will add, you don't want to linger in the past too long. In fact, there isn't always a need for it. If you're able to accept yourself as the powerful I am awareness, that you are connected to God, you are source, and source works through you as you, there's no need for any of these. But oftentimes our limiting beliefs just say, hold on. So getting back to our digging into the old story, she discovered that there was some deep-rooted attachment to him. She found that she was dependent on him not only for financial needs, but that she relied on him for emotional support. So when they broke up, she had difficulty making decisions. She was used to looking to him for many of her decisions, right? My client had an attachment to him. We began to transcend her dependency on him and shift it to herself. We wanted her to be able to, We wanted her to be able to rely on herself in all areas of her life. So I had her write down the characteristics of what the ideal relationship would be with her SP, her specific person. I then had her list qualities about herself that she thought that were desirable, right? So I do this because as you build your ideal world, as we know, everything begins and ends with you. So it is always important to build your self-concept at all times, right? So this activity really helps to build what they want to see and also seeing it through themselves. As we continued our sessions, we began to focus on her self-concept more and more. I challenged her to not always ask her friends and family for advice because she began to substitute her fiance's role for her friends and family, right? So she started depending on them. I challenged her to sit quietly, go within for all situations that she wanted to ask for guidance. And that could be as simple as, where do I want to go for lunch, right? You just go, you just sit and go, what am I hungry for? And then you go for it, right? Or it could be as big a decision as, do I want to buy a house in this neighborhood versus this neighborhood, right? All the answers lie within, all right? So this had quite an effect on many facets of her self-concept. Her confidence went up. She started to face her fears and being alone, and she put herself out there, so to speak. She not only embraced uncomfortable moments when it came to trying new things, but she intentionally would look for opportunities that she may have had some fear around it. Like she would never try to go on and join a group that maybe enjoyed cycling. Well, she challenged herself to join a group. She also joined a gym. These are things that all of a sudden, instead of relying on other people's opinions, advice to help her make decisions, she would just stop, slowly go within and ask herself, what do I want? Not whatever everybody else wanted, but what do I want to do? So as time went on, she had found that she had developed her self-concept at such a high level that she didn't even think about her SP or her ex-fiance. She was having so much fun discovering new interests and meeting new friends that her identity began to shift. Okay? So, and of course, what do you think happened? You guessed it. Her fiance or ex-fiance wanted to get back together. So yes, she manifested her SP back, but it's not by focusing on him. We had to focus on her and developing her concept and her confidence. So they have gone on a few dates, but she told me that she didn't really care one way or another as to whether they got back together. She was very neutral. She was okay one way or the other. What happened was that she detached from her reliance on her fiance for her emotional support. She went within and received the answers to any situation that may have brought any type of indecision. She no longer even asked her friends and family for advice. Her self-concept, her self-confidence was flying through the roof. I also want to say this, she did not change. You are always whole, perfect, and complete, just as you are. Instead, she revealed more of who she truly is at the core of her true essence. We are all everything, everywhere, right now. We are whole, complete, and perfect. Our true identity can be shaded by our limiting beliefs, our false assumptions of what is true about ourselves, right? We are pure positive energy. We're pure love. My client was always able to make decisions somewhere. Often in childhood, she developed a dependency on having others tell her what to do. That assumption is steeped in lack. But she developed an attachment to that identity of not being able to make decisions or needing emotional support for every situation that arose in her life. So with all of these strategies, she began to develop her self-confidence. A strategy I want to talk to about is super powerful, super simple. Here's what was her turning point in detaching from her limiting beliefs. She meditated, but it was more of an intentional meditation, not what you think of meditation where you're just super quiet, right? So we just made this realization like, hey, so often we think of meditating as stop your thoughts. We cannot stop our thoughts. We think we can, or we should be doing it. But we've been told that meditation is quieting our mind. Well, there is no such thing. You're always going to have little thoughts filtering in, right? You cannot stop those thoughts, but you can direct your thoughts. So this is more of a guided meditation within herself. And you can slow your thoughts. So here's what I did, and I helped her focus on. As she relaxed, I had her ask herself, what are you aware of? I had her notice the sounds, the sensations in her body, the ground beneath her feet, the chair or floor that her body was connected to. I had her sit with that until she was really into the moment and really relaxed. And I just had her repeat those questions. What am I aware of? What am I aware of? Once she got to a really super calm state, I would have her ask herself, who is aware of my awareness? This is your higher self, your source, God, or whatever, however you want to, infinite intelligence, divinity, divine, right? You're aware of what's going on. And when you ask yourself that first level of awareness, what am I aware of? So you might hear noises, you feel sensations, you might feel a breeze. And then you realize that awareness doesn't stop. It just keeps going, right? It can go around obstacles. It goes in and out. It's not a shape. It takes the shape of your awareness for infinite. It's infinite, right? And then once you ask yourself the next level of questions of who is it that is aware of my awareness, then you start going on a higher level and you almost observe yourself, right? As you begin to immerse yourself in this line of thinking, you begin to realize that awareness is never ending. It's malleable. It's like water and will acquiesce with the obstacles. The awareness is not judging. It does not end. It's infinite. So as she practiced this meditation, she was able to remind herself anytime she questioned herself or felt the attachment to ask someone for advice, she could go within without even closing her eyes. She would ask herself those questions, and she would remember the power is all within herself. Wow, right? Seems so simple, and it is if you're willing to detach from the outcome. Detachment from the lack it's lack or the fear that you do not have the ability or the worth to make a decision without asking someone else. Now, let me be clear. I am not saying that you should never ask for advice or seek consultation about a situation. I'm only helping my clients and you to know, to remember that you are that powerful being that is whole, complete, and perfect. You are connected to Source. You can get that answer to any problem by staying quiet and going within and asking. So what happened with my client and her fiance? Like I said, she and her fiance are dating again. She is indifferent whether they get back together or get married. She landed in a state of knowing that she would be okay if they did get back together, and she'd be okay if they did not get back together. So she was super neutral. And what a powerful place that is. And you know what? That is when you manifest your desires. When you detach from the outcome, you're in a neutral state of whether it manifests or not, and you have no resistance. You do not have an attachment to the outcome. Super, super powerful. Detach from your old story, and your SP will chase you. I am your host, Vicki Lemper, and this is Shift Happens, where we inspire growth and achieve greatness. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting on the videos. That's how we get our message out. With great love, peace, and joy, and infinite gratitude, this is Vicki Lemper, and this is the Shift Happens channel. I'll see you next time.